All right, we take you back to OR Tambo International Airport. Those are live visuals there on your screen. Of course, any moment now, the Protea women will be coming through those main doors at OR Tambo International Airport. They will, of course, be meted by a lively crowd coming to see the silver medalists there following the Cricket World Cup in India. Whilst the girls didn't make it, South Africa is very proud of them. There we see, of course, the coach, the head coach, as well as the captain of the team, Laura Wolfart, behind him. Of course, Xoli Zondo is watching these developments very closely. Xoli, over to you.
Well, Unati, that is the first man that you are seeing coming through to the OR Tambo International Airport. That is head coach Mandla Mashimbi. He was, of course, able to make history with this Proteas women's team. Coach Mandla, please, if you could come and speak to the SABC, able to make history there for the South Africans and making sure that they come through with that silver medal. And of course, I am going to bring him through, and Laura Wolfart, the captain of... Let's speak to both of you. You've just landed in the country to this amazing crowd. A huge congratulations.
Well, thank you, man. I think we can never take for granted the support that the South Africans have shown us in the past 8 weeks, really. For us to come back to this welcoming is really a humbling experience. So yeah, no, we're just happy that we made the country proud. You know, these girls were amazing throughout. They showed cut. You know, I've got no words. I'm really happy for them.
Laura, captain, fantastic. A century in the semi, a century in the final. You are incredible.
Thank you so much. Yeah, awesome to be able to make that final. Sad we didn't go all the way, but I think we saw a really good campaign and really proud of the group.
Let's just maybe talk about, you know, the team itself throughout this tournament, how you had started against England, but after that, managing to pick yourselves up and beating them in the semi.
Yeah, great resilience shown by the group. I think to bounce back from a game like that was really special, and just the way that we bounced back and were able to, you know, smash them in the semis was awesome. I think it just shows the character of the group, different people stepping up at different times, so awesome campaign.
And also a history-defining moment for you as a team, knowing that you have reached the final, and of course for many of us, the first time seeing that final without an Australia, without an England, India, and of course South Africa.
Yeah, awesome that it was a first-time winner. Really special that we were able to make it all the way. Yeah, hopefully it inspires a lot of young girls to take up the sport and see that, you know, we're able to make finals of ICC World Cups.
Laura, there's been so many accolades also attached to your name in terms of now being announced as the captain of the tournament for the ICC team, and of course the number of runs that you were able to amass, more than 500.
Yeah, awesome. I guess at the end of the day, you know, I'm just trying to win games for the team. It's nice things to get on the side, but yeah, I would trade them if we could win the final. But yeah, it just wasn't meant to be for us this year.
And I must tell you, as you guys were coming through to South Africa, the Sports Minister, Gayton McKenzie, has announced that there will be a financial bonus that will go through to the Proteas women, 1 million rands. What do you have to say about that?
Yeah, that's awesome. Thanks, Gayton. Yeah, I think it's cool. It just shows as well that, you know, if you put in the hard work, there's money to be earned in the sport, which is awesome for young girls back at home thinking of taking up cricket. So yeah, professional sport, fully professional, so it's awesome.
Is it safe to say that we're now getting closer and closer to finally lifting an ICC World Cup trophy?
Definitely. 3 finals in 3 years. I think it's bound to happen sometime soon for this group.
Laura, I will let you rejoin the team again. We will catch up with you later, but huge congratulations. Thank you for leading with heart. We witnessed that.
Thank you so much.
That is Laura Wolfart, of course, a captain, fantastic, that was able to make history, bringing through that silver medal, the ICC Women's Cricket World Cup, the very first time that the South African team has made the final of a World Cup. And of course, the team also assembling there in the background. You know, we see the likes of Nonkululeko Mlaba, you know, lefty, who were also able to get wickets there, Ayakaka, Chloe Tryon, who was really really so instrumental. The likes of Dirksen and of course Sune Lees, who was the former captain of the team, they all played as a collective, and that is why this time we're able to really celebrate what they've been able to achieve, Unati.
Fantastic, Xoli. I want to keep you on. Of course, we're seeing those visuals as the team is also lining up, Xoli. Just, hearing from Mandla Mashimbi, so proud moment for him too, speaking there about how historic and symbolic this win is for not only the team, but also, of course, for South Africa at large. Obviously, him also, being appointed to this role in late 2024 is really a huge feat in its own.
Absolutely, and I remember that before this, it was Hilton Mureng who was actually coaching the Proteas women's team for Coach Mandla Mashimbi. This is his first stint as the head coach of the Proteas women, and really what a phenomenal way in which to do it. His first time out as the head coach and bringing them to the final, and also in tricky conditions in India, a country that is really cricket lovers, and still able to make sure that they go all the way. Unati, we are also going to make sure that after this photo opportunity that we speak to some of the Proteas women's players, and of course we've seen the director of Cricket South Africa there, Enoch Ngwe, who's also here. We know straight after this they will be going through to the headquarters in Rosebank where they will be having their press briefing, but we'll make sure that we are speaking to many of them. Just also in that lineup, we see the likes of Sinalo Jafta, the wicket keeper, who was also able to get quite a number of runs, over 20 just in the final, when they were obviously chasing that huge score. 190 lost by those 50 runs. Let's bring through Sinalo Jafta, who can speak to us quickly. Okay, so saying after, but we would really like to bring in through I'm just going to try and signal Enoch Ngwe, who is the director of Cricket South Africa, just to quickly speak to us. Yes, thank you so much, Enoch. An amazing moment for the Proteas women, for Cricket South Africa. Congratulations.
No, thank you very much. Absolutely, super proud of this team. I mean, this team keeps showing us, keep showing the world that there's so much more to achieve, and they keep reaching new heights. So yeah, and being there and experiencing the last couple of weeks has been phenomenal. And this team, there's no doubt that there's more to come.
And even though they fell short in the final, but it was the heart that they played with throughout the tournament, and how they had started for us spoke to how resilient they were.
No, absolutely. I mean, true character of a South African. We always find a way to bounce back from tough situations, and to see them do it in that manner, that was absolutely incredible. And I'm sure that they will inspire even the younger generation. And it was so good to actually have a couple of youngsters around, and the language that was spoken and the belief and all of that, I mean, that was incredible. And I'm sure those youngsters are going to take it further, back into the domestic system, but also the future of South African cricket.
Very exciting, because this is yet another final from the T20 and now the ODI.
Yeah, look, I mean, we wanted to win this one, and set a strong base for 2027, but it wasn't to be, and we've got a T20 opportunity, obviously next year, both the ladies and the men, and, we need to obviously go back to the drawing board, look at, where we can actually urge, whoever we're going to find, if we find ourselves in this position again, how we're actually going to get it over the line. But I must say that our national teams have really making big strides, and it's just a matter of time.
And we heard even from the department providing that financial incentive of 1 million for the Proteas women as cricket.
You just gotta wait for it, yeah. No, we really appreciate the investment, from the department, and they keep showing especially in women's sport, and in this particular women's cricket, in terms of what we achieved in 2023, and then applying back into the system and trying to grow the system and all of that. And now, obviously, with the team achieving the final in this particular format for the first time, and getting rewarded in that manner, I mean, we really appreciate it.
Just as a final one, because I know you're in a hurry, South Africans have been supporting this entire tournament. They also are here at the OR Tambo, Airport. What do you have to say to all of them?
Yeah, look, I mean, I look around here. It takes me back to June when the men also arrived with the trophy, and we always going to appreciate the support. It's been phenomenal. We felt the energy when we were in Mumbai. Through social media, just through different content, and we really appreciate your support, and please continue to support this team, because this team is going to achieve great things, there's no doubt. So to all South Africans, all our stakeholders, everyone who's been involved in this journey, thank you very much.
And it shows, you were the federation that provided those first professional contracts, and these are now the rewards that we are starting to see.
Yeah, look, it's our job behind the scenes, to try and obviously put better structures, set it up for the cricketers. I mean, the pipeline has been doing great work over the last couple of years, and to see obviously the reaping the rewards like this, it's been phenomenal. And we'll keep investing in our cricketing pipeline, both men and women, to ensure that we're giving ourselves the best opportunity, to go against the best in the world and actually dominate, because that's where we want to get to a point where we're dominating the ICC events, and there's no doubt that it's just a matter of time that we get to that point here.
We're so proud of you, Enoch, and of course we'll catch up with you at Cricket South Africa for the press briefing as the SABC, but please continue doing this, continue ploughing and working so hard, because we are seeing the results as a country.
Yeah, no, thank you. Yeah, we'll keep doing that. There's no doubt. There's a lot of people with real passion, dedicated, really committed in really making the difference. And lastly, outside of our fans and everybody, our families, I know we sacrifice a lot, and they sometimes they have to go through the pain of us having to really sacrifice and go away and really try and make a difference, and make everybody proud. So to all the families, thank you very much.
Absolutely brilliant. All right, that is, of course, Enoch Ngwe, who is the director at Cricket South Africa. They are now making their way actually to the headquarters in Rosebank, where there will be a press briefing, Onati, and of course we'll get an opportunity as the SABC to then speak to some of the players then one-on-one. But fantastic to hear from Laura Wolfart. Yes, disappointed that they weren't able to bring the trophy home, but of course proud for making history and reaching the final of the ICC World Cup. It is the very first time that South Africa was able to achieve this, reaching an ODI final. They bring home with them those silver medals, and of course those incentives that have now been announced by the Sports Minister Gayton McKenzie, also showing that they are intentional about growing women's cricket, and of course paving the way for next year's the 2027 World Cup that will be hosted in South Africa. And these are the results that we want to see from Cricket South Africa. Not only did the men's team win the World Test Championship final just a couple of months ago, but now the women's team bringing home the silver medals. I will now take you back to studio as we now make our way to the headquarters and continue to celebrate the Proteas women who really are history makers.
Absolutely, Xoli. As you say, it is a history-defining moment. Xoli Zondo there for us at OR Tambo International Airport, and of course speaking to key figures that made this a dream come true for the Protea women. Earlier speaking to Laura Wolfart, as she said, the Protea women captain, as well as the head coach Mandla Mashimbi, and later on Enoch Ngwe, director of Cricket South Africa. And of course, very heartwarming to see so many young women and young girls descended there at OR Tambo International Airport, of course, being represented by the Protea women team.